When we got out of Westminster, I got a few good shots of Big Ben right there. Funny enough, it's actually smaller in person than you'd think. Back at the condo, I had a little snack of Weetabix. This is what it looks like when you mix it with the milk. The next morning, breakfast was a sunny-side-up egg, some English bacon, and another crumpet, this time with jelly on it. Oh, and you can't get these here in the US. Jacob's Bite, Red Leicester flavored, only available in the UK. Oh, and here's another UK exclusive, which my brother is taking back to the States with him. But I digress. After breakfast, we went out exploring and found this. An old bridge built during the Bronze Age by the Celtic Britons. This was before the Romans ever came to this land. Next was the British Museum. This was a highlight. Here's the lobby. And right here I got some really good shots of the Rosetta Stone. This piece of stone is why we understand ancient Egyptian. And here's some more things from that time period. Some very nice hieroglyphics here. Some very old statues. This thing had a ton of hieroglyphics on it. And here they are up close. Some really nice stone tablets from the ancient Egyptian times. And this one reminds me of a certain TikTok gift that we always gift a certain friend with. Some more writings. And I forgot exactly what these are, but they did look pretty interesting, I'll have to say. And it just wouldn't be an ancient Egyptian exhibit if we did not have a few mummies on display. Here they are, still very well wrapped. And here are the jars where the organs of the dead were kept. Moving on from ancient Egypt, we now come to ancient Greece. Just look at all this skillfully made pottery and jewelry. Just think, this stuff is over thousands of years old. This is art. And we also come to statues as well. Straight from the Parthenon, we have here a statue of Dionysus, the Greek god of wine. He was known by the Romans as Bacchus. And here is Persephone, the wife of Hades, and her mother Demeter, the goddess of the seasons. And I think this is supposed to be Hermes, the messenger of the gods, known by the Romans as Mercury. Next, we have what is left of, I think, a statue of Aphrodite, the goddess of love. The next room had more complete images of Aphrodite, who is known by the Romans as Venus. And now we have statues of ancient Greek philosophers and poets. Here's a bust of Hesiod. This is a bust of Homer, the author of works such as the Iliad and the Odyssey. Next we have a bust of Socrates, whose ideas laid the groundwork for the Hellenistic schools that came after him. He had a major focus on ethics and self-knowledge. In 399 BC, he was sentenced to death. Charges were impiety and corrupting the youth of Athens. I'm not sure, but I think this one is supposed to be Plato, Socrates' student, who went on to be a great philosopher in his own right. He was very influential in the ways of theoretical and practical philosophy, and founded the Platonic Academy. Again, I checked to see if this was Plato, and I typed in British Museum, and this matched. Then there's Antisthenes, another student of Socrates. He founded the Cynic school of philosophy, which is essentially about rejecting all social conformity. Next is Chrysippus, the second founder of the Stoic school of philosophy after his mentor Zeno. Speaking of which, here is Zeno of Citium, the original founder of the Stoic school of philosophy. The belief that the universe operates according to reason by a god that is throughout nature. Now we move on from Greece to ancient Mesopotamia, some of the very first civilizations in history. Here is some of the pottery that they've made back in the day, even a statue. This was a little interesting piece right here. And this is cuneiform, the very first form of writing invented by the Sumerians. The process involved taking a reed and pressing symbols into wet clay. Forgot what this was, but oh well. And here's the Code of Hammurabi, the earliest form of governmental law. And here's some more forms of ancient Mesopotamian writing. The Tablet of the Sun God, and some writings along with imagery. Now some of the later stuff here gets to be more particularly Persian, who had 3 big empires in their time. The Achaemenids, the Parthians, and the Sasanians. Here's some stuff from the latter. I think this is supposed to be a Persian king, I'm not sure. Then there's a lot of people behind him here. Now we get to ancient Europe. This is what I was the most interested in seeing right here. This is all of Celtic Europe right here. Look at that sword. I think this is all pre-Roman rule here. Here's some cooking ware, and I guess this was what a Celtic family looked like. Some ancient coins here. Here's some stuff from Iceland. And I think this is Latin. This exhibit is all about Roman Britain right here. A few helmets and some bowls and pitchers here. A few pieces of pottery. A really nice plate here. And some really nice paintings here. Now we get to the Anglo-Saxons, the people who truly started the nation of England. Here we have some horns, and this is some stuff from Scandinavia, and some Viking stuff. Here's a few more things that they had. Here we have some early Anglo-Saxon weaponry, and funeral items, and a few brooches from that time period. This little wall here tells you about the history of the early Anglo-Saxon period, and some more stuff from that time period. Here are some coins from the days of the Wars of the Roses, a long war between the houses of York and Lancaster. Really big medieval sword here. Then we have some medieval wall writing, which was really interesting. Well, that's it for now. Join me again for part 3.